Look up at the night sky. In all that vast, cold, silent darkness, the math tells us something incredible. We should not be alone. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, holds up to 400 billion stars. We know, thanks to the Kepler mission and others, that the planets are more common than the stars themselves. Many of these planets are in the Goldilocks zone, which is the habitable sweet spot. Statistically, mathematically, the cosmos should be teeming with life. And yet, for the past 60 years, we have been listening. We have pointed the most sensitive instruments we have, the dishes of SETI, towards the cosmos, and we have heard nothing. An unwavering, profound silence. This is the Fermi Paradox. If the universe is so big and the life is so common, where is everybody? There are many terrifying answers to that questions. Perhaps life is impossible or it is impossibly rare. Perhaps something destroys all advanced life. But the theory we explore today is arguably the most elegant, the most time dependent, and the most relevant to our own future. It suggests that the alien life is out there and it is technologically advanced, but we are failing to find them because they are detectable only for a very tiny fleeting moment of cosmic time. We call this moment a cosmic blink. Imagine trying to find a match that burns for just 1 second once every million years. We haven't missed them by a lot, we are simply blinked at the wrong time. For us to find an alien civilization, they must exist. They must be using technology we can detect. We must be looking at the precise moment. Today we explore why this perfect alignment is almost impossible. To grasp the cosmic blink, we first need to appreciate the true scale of universe, specifically its scale in time. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Our solar system is roughly 4.5 billion years old. Our own species, Homo sapiens, have been around for less than 200,000 years. And the radio technology, the single tool that we use to detect the intelligent life, has existed for just 125 years. In the 13.8 billion years history of cosmos, humanity's entire technological footprint is less than a decimal point. It is a whisper. The great challenge of the Fermi paradox can be summarized by the key variable in the famous Drake equation, the factor L. That is the length of time a technological civilization exists and releases detectable signals into space. If the average L is large, say a million years, then the galaxy should be full of chatters and we should be drowning in the alien sitcoms. But what if L is small? What if the average advanced civilizations only survive and broadcast for say 2 centuries? That's barely enough for their first radio waves to reach a handful of nearby stars, let alone the galactical core. This short period of time is the blink in the action. Now let's do the math. Imagine an advanced civilization 100,000 light years away. They developed the radio technology 1000 years ago. Their signals are only now reaching us. But if their civilizations only lasted 200 years before falling silent, then the signals we hear today are merely an echo of the ghost. The civilization itself has gone for almost 800 years now. We aren't looking for our contemporaries. We are archaeologicalist listeners picking up the faint ancient remnant of noise from the societies that are long extinct. The blink theory suggests that the life itself is easy, but long term technological life is incredibly hard. And there are two main paths that lead to civilizations into this detectable silence. One is tragic, and the other is, while hopeful, is equally isolating. The first, most grim reason for the cosmic blink is self destruction. This align perfectly with one of the most popular solution of the Fermi paradox, that is the great filter. The great filter is the theoretical barrier that almost all life encounter, a hurdle so difficult that it prevents its passage to become a galactical level civilizations. The terrifying possibility is that the filter isn't in our past, it is in our future. Consider what happens when a species gains immense power without achieving, the wisdom required for controlling that power. The technology advances exponentially, but social progress tends to be a linear or even stagnant. When a species reaches the point where it can generate the power of a star but still relies on a tribal conflict and short term thinking, its detectable period is likely to be terrifyingly brief. We're talking about existential risks that are direct byproduct of the advanced technology. Things like nuclear annihilation. The development of weapon of the mass destruction can wipe out the species or cripple the planet's ecosystem. Next is a runaway climate collapse. The massive resource intensive industrial phase of a civilization, the very phase that produces strong radio signals, also consumes its planetary life support system. The high energy detectable period is also the period of highest ecological risk. Next is the uncontrolled artificial intelligence. The creation of a AI far surpassing our own intelligence that inadvertently or intentionally renders its creators and their detectable technology obsolete or extinct. Next is the biological engineering catastrophes. Unchecked modification of the pathogens or genetics that lead to an uncontrollable biological events. For civilizations, the period of maximum growth and maximum noise, the period of our cosmic blink, is the same period of the maximum vulnerability. They are also busy creating loud, powerful technology and fighting the resulting wars and crises that they simply don't survive long enough to become a type 2 civilization capable of galactical colonization. They broadcast for a century or two and then their signal ceases forever. Their blink is over, and our search for their signal continues for thousands years after they are gone. This is the tragic silence of the universe. If the first path to silence is the tragedy of self-destruction, the second path is the profound mystery of becoming completely silent. This is the hope, yet equally isolating reason for the cosmic blink. It suggests that the advanced civilizations don't die, they simply evolve beyond the need for leaky, noisy radio broadcast and the messy, detectable part of the universe. To understand this, we turn to the Kardashev scale, which ranks civilizations by their energy consumption. We, humanity, are currently a low type 1 civilization, meaning we use only a fraction of the energy available on our home planet. A civilization that has lasted long enough to escape the self destruction blink will inevitably move towards extreme efficiency. Why? Because the very act of broadcasting strong radio signals is incredibly wasteful. It pours massive amount of energy into void when that energy could be used for far more efficient directed communication like tight beam laser aimed only at their specific destination. To an alien civilization that has mastered the physics, broadcasting into all directions is like 21st century human trying to communicate using smoke signals. It's loud, it's visible, but it's technologically primitive. Once they go fiber optics, they go silent to us. But the true silence comes when they, completely remove themselves and become invisible, which is the very need for physical universe we inhabit. Imagine a civilization that solves all its physical problems, sickness, scarcity, aging. At that point, the most valuable resource become, information processing. Instead of spending endless energy colonizing cold, distant planets, they may build massive, complex computational structures known as, some sort of universal brains. These are the concentric spheres of computing power built around a star, efficiently capturing every last photon of the energy. Instead, these computational fortresses, they could simulate entire perfect resource rich universe, effectively living in a flawless virtual reality. They would still exist, they would still be intelligent, but they would have no reason whatsoever to colonize planets or send powerful detectable radio signals into the real universe. They become silent and invisible. Their blink is complete not through tragedy but through informational perfection. We are searching for noisy, messy type 1 civilization, but all the stable, long lasting civilizations might be hyper efficient, quiet, and living in virtual space. So, what does the cosmic blink demand of us? First, it gives us our own species longevity, a staggering cosmic relevance. Our greatest hope for finding life depends on our own L value, how long we survive and stay detectable. If we overcome our self destructive risk, our blink might stretch for thousands of years, giving other developing society time to hear us. But it also forces SETI to fundamentally change its strategy. If the civilization, does not send any radio signals, we must abandon the search for simple radio chatter. We must search for techno signatures. Instead of listening for I Love Lucy reruns, we look for physical evidence of the mega engineering. Are these stars that blink unnaturally suggest that they are partially encased in a Dyson swarm? Are their exoplanet atmosphere showing industrial pollutant that could possibly not natural? This shift in focus is vital because the cosmic blink offers us terrifying prediction. Finding an alien civilization might be the worst thing that could ever happen to us. Think about it. If we find a recently collapsed silent civilization whose blink was short, say only lasted 500 years, it means the great filter is ahead of us. It means our technological adolescence is likely to end in the same fiery, brief silence. But if we find a nearby thriving type 2 civilization, one that managed to stretch its blink across millions of years or became silent and created a universal brain, it means the filter is safely behind them and likely behind us too. Their survival is our template for hope. The search for alien is therefore a search of our own fate. The universe isn't silent because life is rare. Universe is silent because we have just arrived, and the vast majority of the intelligent life has already passed through its brief flickering window and vanished. The cosmic blink is the universal speed limit for technological life. It detects the civilizations either burn too brightly and extinguish themselves through tragedy, or they become so advanced and efficient that they simply fade into different kind of technological silence. We are currently in our own blink, a small, loud, vulnerable blip on the timeline. The question isn't whether alien life exists, but whether they are on the short, tragic path or long, silent one. The challenge for humanity is not just to listen better, but to survive better, to stretch our technological adolescence into a mature, stable existence. Because the greatest discovery we can make isn't a signal from a distant star, but the wisdom to ensure our own light doesn't prematurely go out. Which of the two paths to silence do you find more likely for us? The tragic, the tragedy self-destruction blink, or the isolating, quietness blink? Let me know in the comments below. And if you are fascinated by the science of cosmos and mysteries of universe, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of existence. Catch you in the next one.